It now.
There you go. Kimmy's going to shut off.
Just need to make it all the way through. I'm good.
We're all set.
It'll make it through the police and find it now.
There you go. Kimmy's going to shut off.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Is there any public comments in cyberspace there?
All right.
Public comment?
Call the
Nope.
meeting to order at 6 o'clock.
Now you're calling it again.
Oh, call again?
No, okay. It just repeated.
Oh,
Okay, there's no comment.
okay. Looks like we're all here. You looking for approval of the minutes?
Make a motion. Second that.
All in favor, say aye. All right. Tree trimming proposal. So this was brought up in the DPW, but do you want to mention anything?
Just what we have from DPW.
Yeah, so obviously, you weren't on the DPW, but he was. So they were looking for a tree service because when we go to trim trees, would be nice because it sometimes ends up taking a lot longer to get somebody to come out here and do it. And some of the trees, we can do, but it's looking for some of these other trees, correct?
Yeah.
And so they're looking to have a service on hand that kind of has a contract when we know what we're paying them, and they're kind of, when we need them, we'll be able to call them. And they brought in a couple of bids, and they are in our packet. Under item number 12. And the DPW made the motion to accept the Penny's free service because we've had a lot more interaction with him and we've done business with them. I don't know if you want to put your 2 cents in.
We just worked with him a lot. We only had 2 bids turned in. The other one I'm not real familiar with. And it started out, they left a comment that they don't have the comp insurance, so better if they get the bid, and I just don't know if that's a good, whatever done.
And also I felt like the prices were a little bit more brought out with this person than the other person. Makes it kind of high on that person. And we don't know him as well. So he made the suggestion that we would bring to council with, recommending to go with the chemistry service.
Okay.
So
That was just so you guys could all, it goes a little faster at council if everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's a finance thing, so we're spending money, so I figured, might as well talk about that.
I'll let Paula talk about the movies.
I just gave you guys a little sheet with an update of where we were at this year. Just so you kind of know what's going on with concessions and cost of movies and paying the soccer club, so everybody knows where we're at.
How does that work? I am unfamiliar with the soccer club being paid for running the movie. So like, we're talking about movies in the park?
We're paying them, $1,200 for the season. If they do all the movies, they get paid $1,200 to turn the movie on, stay there for 3-4 hours, whatever it is, turn the movie off, clean up, sell popcorn, whatever, and we get all the money from the concession stand.
Okay.
And the DDA puts money in towards it too.
The DDA pays for the movies.
Why is there such a drop in concession revenue?
Very low attendance.
Is that what it is?
It's just a lot of it.
I wondered the same thing.
Maybe like a quarter of it. It's cut by like 75% in the last 14 years. It's eye-opening, I guess.
All right, well, our job is to look at the, I guess, numbers, and that is something that does stick out for sure.
Do we have any information on the attendance? of those?
I don't know that anyone is tracking it.
I think it's a great thing. I was just curious, just surprised by that. But, no.
All right. Food truck court.
As y'all know, Olivia's working on that food truck court. And there's a $10,000 grant from CEDM, and then there's crowdfunding. And we were thinking about doing the crowdfunding for the mural and the 10,000 for the food truck, but we are thinking about flipping that now because the food truck looks like it's gonna cost more than the mural. Depending on what everybody decides, but we did get a price and it's gonna be talked about at council tonight, so I wanted to make sure that you were aware, we got a price from C2AE to help us do a layout and site plan. And that's about $3,000. We don't have to use them to do that, but just so that, you know, they can help us with what's needed for the electrical, where Olivia drew that up.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I
Okay.
read that too.
So we just can kind of been playing with that, you know, but like radiuses for the trucks to come in and out and where they would park, you know, that kind of thing. If, you know, we're not talking about paving it or cement right now. We're just talking about like some kind of a hard surface. And so there may be some costs associated with it, and the city needs to be aware of that, like just to get it started. And whether the DDA, the city, or, you know, the grant is gonna cover it, or how that might work. But it's one just thinking about, you know, how we wanna do that, or how you wanna approach it.
Because we're kind of in the initial stages of considering.
Yep, we're right at the very just
Yes.
bottom of the rung right now, trying to figure out how to get there.
We're looking for a suggestion to approve the $3,000 to.
I think, yeah, we did Olivia goes, well, what do you want me to do? You know, I said, well, let's just ask them for a proposal, what they would charge us to work this up. And I think that the proposal that's in the packet is $3,000. And so whether we want to do that or not, or we just want to, you know, open that space up and pull some trucks in there and throw picnic tables up. I mean, I think that we just got to figure out at what level do we want to do this? And we were kind of thinking that we could use the crowdsourcing one, which is up to $50,000 from the state and $50,000 in match. So say we raised 30, like say the city put in 15 and the DDA put in 15, then the state would give us 30 or give us another 30 to do that. So kind of depends on what we want to do and how big we want to make it, but it's something we kind of like to see Olivia see through before she's gone next summer.
Not sure we're at the point of making recommendations, since this is like the first time we've seen this, and we don't even know what other people think at best.
It's really just, I mean,
You know, I'm just saying,
I was just asking. She
Yeah.
was asking.
yeah.
I'm not really asking you to take action on it. It's
Okay,
just
you
more.
just want us
of-
aware of. what
I wanted you to be
expect.
aware of it, and if you had any questions or wanted to talk to me about anything, I guess, then otherwise, I guess. That's just bringing you an update.
I like the drawings.
So at first you were thinking this would be a crowd.
We're thinking about using the 10,000 for that,
Okay.
like the CEDA money.
Okay, and now you're thinking.
But we think that it may end up actually like just the picnic tables and the fence. And there was a couple of other things were like $10,000. But it goes very fast. And so if we wanted to add a nice sign, or, you know, we wanted some hard surface or whatever, electrical is probably gonna be free. I mean, I don't know, you know, I just think that it's probably gonna cost more than the 10,000, so even if we use the CEDM 10,000. I think more money is gonna be needed to make that happen, to prepare that space for public use.
Any other question? The community marketing strategy proposal.
That's on the council agenda too, and it is asking for funding, it's $25,000 for, community marketing strategy. And, that cost will be paid mostly by the technical assistance dollars, but they do ask for a 25% match, which would be $6,250. And the DDA has agreed to pay half. So the city's contribution, request would be $3,125. And so on that one, we're kind of looking for a recommendation from the finance committee to, if they want to go ahead with that, or
So 6,003, half of it would come from the DDA and the other half would come from the city.
the DDA already agreed to pay the $3,125. And so the city would, be asked to pay the other.
I think the marketing strategy is important for it, and I wasn't sure.
And then in in your council packet was laid out what they'll do, what the professional service group will do. They'll meet with people, they'll have public hearings, they'll meet individually with some people. And then they have all kinds of other resources that they tap into for who's using our park and why, and what's going on at Sleepy Hollow and what brings them into Langsburg and how we get to them and things like that. So it is really right in line with a lot of the plans that we've been trying to implement. So and this would be fresh data on how to make those things happen.
I would make a proposal to put in the half of the 6,250 in the city's perspective.
Is that Miller? Awful quiet over there. It's like past your bedtime already, right? It's like 8 o'clock.
It's pitch black outside.
I know.
They saving this messing with us.
Yeah.
Is there any questions or any concerns, I guess, about? I feel like it's for what we're getting for that amount of money.
Yeah. I think it's what it
Makes
was.
sense.
And sometimes it's just easier if we talk about it here, and then when we get to council, then I got 3 people that at least know what we're talking about.
Right,
It helped. So,
we can pretend like.
Yeah.
We know what you're messing with.
I guess all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the sale of the police vehicles.
All right, yeah, that's all, still gonna bring it up at the police committee meeting. So we're getting to a point where the new car is in service, we have the old car. Fire department has said that they would like to buy it. Went to the website and did a look at 6 different 2013 Ford police vehicles, which we have. And the prices that are being sold for those vehicles are anywhere from 7,900 to 11,500. And the highest 11,500 was because the vehicle only had 81,000 miles on it. So a lot of it's based on mileage. Our car currently has 118,000 miles on it. So, you know, it may be a little more, but again, we're not, I guess, really trying to make a killing on it. And I just figured that the 8,000 would be a good amount that the fire department pays, since they're also kind of working with us. Once they get the car though, they are gonna have to do work themselves on it, because they have to change out all the blue lights, they have to maybe get it re-graphicked. Probably have to take the cage out. I guess they could keep the cage in there if they wanted to, but they got
Really
work,
firemen.
yeah, so they got work they have to do it on the vehicle as well. It needs new tires. So I figured that kind of the $8,000 amount would be a good, the fire board would still have to authorize it. But I think they'll probably go for that.
So the sense is they're gonna think they got a good deal out of that.
Right.
Because I feel like we're just really helping ourselves either way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and they figure they're
you don't wanna
getting a
give
good
them
deal.
free because it
Right.
comes out of your budget. kind of.
Right.
So it's like we gotta fill it both. So,
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good price.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think so.
Do you want a
They're gonna have to
recommendation
dump
from them,
some-
or do you wanna do it? Do you want me to have them, do they want a recommendation
From the
to the
finance,
city
or
council, or do you want to just do it from police?
we can just do it from police.
Okay.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think so too.
Anything else that,
How many miles did the $7,900 one, so I'm just curious.
7,900. The one had 161,000 miles on it. And the other one. For some of them had 145,000 on it.
What about higher miles, but I still think it's a good price, especially with where it's going.
yeah, I think we worry about it more. It's going.
A lot of our
Outside of
miles
our-
are,
Yeah, absolutely,
a lot of our miles are city miles,
right.
so these could be county cars that. Driving the county roads all day, so ours is
Plus,
got a lot of miles on it for city miles.
Yeah,
plus like getting a vehicle that we kind of know the history of it.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a good thing,
We've taken care of it.
We have.
good price.
All right, well, that is all that's on the agenda. There's,
Also,
So, we-
something,
we were gonna ask one question. Is there any way of getting the packet before we get here on Monday?
yes, I mean, usually they're
Yeah.
posted online already, but we could email it or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, if we could have an email, I think that'd be great.
There's usually not much on there that's not on city council, but. I mean, I can,
Just so you can have a peek at it before the meeting.
I would like to. Yeah. So he probably put them out there already anyway, so just one. It's
it's not any big deal to
Yeah,
email
yeah.
it.
Not an extra statement.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, I don't have anything else. Oh, we gotta sign checks. Or not
Oh.
checks, but.
Yeah.
so
Hey
we can,
Cassie, can you bring those bills in here?
we can call this to a close and then we can set up. Next, so if nothing else, we'll call the meeting at 6:16.